Hi friends, welcome to classes by Lab Doctor. In today's class, let us discuss about the sources of vitamin D. So you know that this vitamin D is a very important. Body requires this vitamin D. Just not your bones, just not your teeth, your muscles, your skin, your brain, your immunity all need vitamin D. So this vitamin D is deficient in most of the population, and the main source of this vitamin D would be your sun. But yes, there are certain foods also which are the rich sources of vitamin D. So let us go through what are the foods which are rich in vitamin D. But before that, understand vitamin D is a very important hormone for your muscle calcium transport, bone mineralization, regulation of immune function, for calcium homeostasis, insulin secretion, for your cell differentiation, etc. So, the daily requirement of an vitamin D would be around 600 international units, and as we age, the requirement increases. So, who are older individuals, they require around 800 international units of vitamin D. Even pregnant and breastfeeding women require around 800 international units of vitamin D. So there are few food which are rich in vitamin D, and let us go through each one of those. So it could be fatty fish, cod liver oil, mushrooms, egg yolk, fortified foods, beef liver, cheese, tofu, yogurt, pork, etc. Remember that vitamin D absorption is affected by various factors. ओके सो आई हैव टोल्ड यू द मेन फैक्टर जो विटामिन डी का लेवल डिटरमिन करता है वो है आपका सनलाइट, और सन एक्सपोजर से जो विटामिन डी बनता है व्हेन द सन रेज फॉल ऑन योर स्किन, दैट इज द मेन वे वी गेट द विटामिन डी. बट दैट ऑल्सो चेंजेस अगर आप हाई लैटिट्यूड पे रह रहे हो, विंटर्स ज्यादा है, पूरा क्लोथिंग कर रहे हो, सेडेंटरी लाइफस्टाइल है, बाहर ही नहीं जा रहे हो, यू आर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इंडोर्स, दैट विल ऑल इंक्रीज योर रिस्क ऑफ vitamin D deficiency. Skin tone, agar people who are having a darker skin tone, they need much of vitamin D. Geographic location, where are you staying, how long are the winters, all these will determine your vitamin D level. Your dietary habits, people who are on a very restrictive diets or they follow this plant based diet, they may not have enough vitamin D. And because you will see that vitamin D is mainly found in the animal based food, so vegetarians, vegans, etc., they might have to look for a fortified options or supplements when they are thinking of food sources for vitamin D. And as we age, older adults, people who are having hypothyroidism, chronic kidney disease, liver disorder, inflammatory bowel disease, bariatric surgeries, who are on certain medications, their vitamin D absorption might also be altered. So these are all the factors which will affect the absorption of vitamin D. So coming to the first source, that would be your fatty fish. I've told you most of the sources of vitamin D would be animal based. In that you have this fish. So this it could be sardines, it could be salmon. They can offer a lot of vitamin D. The oily fishes what you may get, they are rich in vitamin D. Next is egg yolk. So this egg yolk contains this vitamin D3, and it is one of the richest sources of vitamin D. It can provide you around 40 international units of vitamin D. Then you have mushrooms. See, mushrooms which are UV exposed, those which are exposed to the sunlight, ultraviolet light, they can produce significant amount of vitamin D. So for vegetarians, this would be one of the sources. So mushroom which are UV exposed, they are one of the sources in vegetarians for vitamin D. So you can see here the mushrooms which are sun exposed or UV exposed. Then you have fortified milk. Okay, so the milk which are fortified with vitamin D, or the dairy products which are fortified with vitamin D, about 100 international units of vitamin D can be found in 1 cup of fortified milk. So here you can see milk which is fortified with vitamin A and D, so that also provides you with the vitamin D. And fortified plant-based milk. Sometimes people don't prefer dairy, they want plant-based milk, so it can be soy, etc. And when it is fortified, almond milk, oat milk, etc., they also form a good source of vitamin D when they are fortified for the people who prefer non-dairy options. So cottage cheese or paneer, that is also one of the good source of protein, and it also has vitamin D. Cod liver oil. So cod liver oil or the fish liver oil, a single teaspoon of cod liver oil can provide you more than 1300 international units of this vitamin D. So even your cod liver oil is a good source of this vitamin D. And your tofu, which is fortified, that also is a good source of vitamin D, especially for vegans and vegetarians who are looking to increase their vitamin D intake. This tofu, especially, which is fortified with vitamin D, it is also a good source of vitamin D. Ghee or clarified butter, ghee has traces of vitamin D, and this also will provide you some amount of vitamin D. Buttermilk. Okay, so buttermilk is just not rich in your probiotics, etc. It is also having vitamin D, refreshing, full of probiotics, and also has vitamin D in it. Almonds and nuts. So almonds and nuts, they are one of the sources of vitamin D, and even they are not only rich in this vitamin D, they are also rich in various other minerals and trace elements, and good fats are also present in this vitamin D. So though these provide a small percentage of your daily vitamin D needs, but yes, they are packed with these essential nutrients. Okay, so you can include almonds and nuts in your diet. Now vegetables. See, vegetables as such, they are not considered to be a very good source of vitamin D, but you can consider few of them, like you can consider your spinach, your okra, your white beans, etc. They have some decent amount of vitamin D, and you can include these vegetables in your cooking, not only for vitamin D, but also they form a part of your balanced diet. I have told you this organ meat is also a very rich source of this vitamin D, especially the liver, etc. But it has to be taken in moderation, because if you consume excess, it will lead to more damage. Okay, so yes, they are loaded with this iron, big complex vitamins, vitamin D, etc. So they can also give you a good source of vitamin. And sunlight is the cheapest and the best source of vitamin D. Now though sunlight is that common, we still are deficient in vitamin D because of our lifestyle, because of our work, profession, or sitting inside. Mostly we are indoors. All these things, that leads to our vitamin D deficiency. In the next classes, we will see how much actually exposure to sunlight is needed, what type of sunlight is needed, how do we expose our body to the sun to get enough of vitamin D. But yes, vitamin D, the cheapest and the best source of vitamin D would be sunlight, and sun or from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 10 बजे से 3 बजे तक का जो सूरज के किरण आते हैं, अगर आप अपने आप को उधर एक्सपोज करते हो, एंड एटलीस्ट 3 से 4 टाइम्स वीक में, दैट इज सफिशिएंट टू इम्प्रूव योर विटामिन डी लेवल. कैसे उसको एक्सपोज करना है, कौन सा बॉडी पार्ट एक्सपोज होना चाहिए, कौन से कपड़े पहनना चाहिए, वी विल डिस्कस इन अवर नेक्स्ट क्लास. बट यस, द vitamin D, if you expose yourself to the sun rays for at least 3 to 4 times a week, and between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the maximum UVB rays to fall on your skin, that improves your vitamin D levels. So vitamin D is available in certain food products, mostly animal products and dairy products. Less choices for vegetarians and vegans, but yes, you can consider few of these options. The sources would be your dairy products like cheese, it could be ghee, it could be paneer, it could be buttermilk, or it could be milk fortified with vitamin D. Fish is a rich source of vitamin D, especially the oily fishes. Egg yolk is a rich source of vitamin D. Cod liver oil or fish liver oil is another rich source. The mushrooms which are exposed to UV rays, they are rich source of vitamin D. Certain vegetables like peas, spinach, okra, they are rich in vitamin D. And your liver, pork liver, etc., they are rich in vitamin D. And of course the sunlight. So these were few of the sources of vitamin D. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.